Hey everybody. I know it's kind of hard to see there in the darkness, but that is my 10-gallon quarantine tank that I have in the shower stall down here in the bathroom near my fish room in the basement. And I shot a video not long ago where I talked about I'd wiped out the nitrogen cycle in this tank and I was letting it slowly recover. And I had checked the tank and it was not quite done yet. And I had planned on maybe getting a fish or two, and I thought I was going to need the tank. Well, it turns out I did get some fish. That's why you can see the tank is now covered. That's the only hint you're going to get to what fish are in there. Not even the patrons over on my Patreon page know what's in there. While they do get plenty of behind the scenes and exclusive videos over on Patreon, nobody knows what I have in either of my quarantine tanks yet. I'm sitting on 6 fish right now that are currently being quarantined. And the only hint you're going to get is the ones that are in this tank need a lid just in case they may jump. So I'll leave it at that. But what happened was I tested the tank. It was not quite done cycling, and so I needed to sort of hurry it along. I had been asked on that video if I had done anything to supplement the nitrogen cycle, and as of that video I had not. But I've since supplemented it, and we'll go take a look at my test results here after 2 days with fish in the tank, and we are at 0 and 0. So what I did was I did a massive water change. I took all the water out of the tank. I removed the giant piece of driftwood that was in there, and I stuck that in my native tank. It scared the hell out of me. He's fierce. Sorry, Squeeker. Meow. Is that it? Okay. That was right in my ear. So at any rate, I did a big water change. I took the wood out. I put it in my native tank. Don't particularly like it there, but that's a story for another video. After the water change, I went to my 29-gallon miscellaneous tank, and I took the little black biosponge filter out of one of the sides of the hang on the back filter there, and I swished it around really good in the quarantine tank, and that deposited a ton of bacteria. I've had a couple people recently mention using water from an existing tank to put in your quarantine tank or to help start a new tank cycle. That's a complete total waste of time. You're not doing anything at all by putting old water in a tank. Remember, the water in your tank has already gone through the cycle. There's no ammonia in it. There's no bacteria in it. It's just nitrates. So you're not doing your new tank any good at all by putting water in it from an existing tank. That's a common misconception, so don't bother doing that. What you can do is take some biomaterial from another tank or another filter, and you can either swish it around in the water, the goal being just to get it in the water, and then it will either settle on the bottom or it'll go through the filter and it'll get caught in the filter as it's going through. And you want to basically spike the tank so that the surface area where the bacteria lives and grows can just get sort of coated with the bacteria, and then it can begin growing into the tank. And that's what I did. I was so close to being done anyway that little swishing of the biofilter was enough to put me over the top. And now you can see after 2 days with no more water changes, I'm still sitting at 0 and 0. So the fish in that tank are still doing okay. Make sure you're subscribed here to my YouTube channel. That way you won't miss the release when I actually finally get around to talking about what fish are in my quarantine tanks. And of course, if you want to go subscribe to my Patreon page, you'll find out before anybody else does. And then, of course, it'll come here to my YouTube channel a few days later. So thanks again for watching this one. Don't forget to subscribe here to my YouTube channel, as I keep saying. And I'll see you real soon in the next one.